Adonai, umelech gadol, al kol Elohim, ki el gadol, Adonai, umelech gadol, al kol Elohim. L'Adonai, nariya netzo yishenu. L'Adonai, nariya netzo yishenu. Lekama panav b'toda, mizmirot narihalo. Lekama panav b'toda, mizmirot narihalo. And we just turn on over the page to welcome in our Sabbath bride, even if we cannot welcome in the rest of the congregation. There we go. Lecha dodi lekrat kala yananai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi lekrat kala yananai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi lekrat kala yananai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi lekrat kala yananai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela shamo v'zacho v'dibor echad ish miharu elham yuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad v'shemo tiferet v'le'etihila lecha dodi lekrat kala yananai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi lekrat kala yananai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela lekrat Shabbat le'ufen elachad imako haberacha merosh mikedem nesuha sof ma'aseh b'hashavat kila lecha dodi lekrat kala yananai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi lekrat kala yananai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela hitorori hitorori kipa oreh kumi ori 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 shikaveri kevod Adonai ala yimika lecha dodi lekrat kala yananai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi lekrat kala yananai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela boi b'shalom ateret alav gam b'simcha u'tohora toch ebunei am segula boi chala lecha dodi lekrat kala yananai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi Nifrat Kala, Yanalai, 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 B'nei Shabbat, Nekabela. Would you please rise? We've just welcomed in the Sabbath angels, the Sabbath bride. Who knows who else we may have or may not have welcomed into the sanctuary right now. But we also welcome in formally to our community someone who's actually very well known to us all, many of us here, either online or in person as well, as we welcome formally Paul into our community. So if you want to come. Come in the middle. Misha Berach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Hu Yivarech et Chaim David ben Yosef Halevi. May the one who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac and Jacob bless now Paul as he comes formally into our community. It's said that there are 4 kinds of actions that bring benefit in this world, but whose benefits and whose reward we don't truly understand. One of those the Rabbi suggested was honouring one's parents, as you do very much so at this moment in time, but also as you have honoured and respected humanity throughout your life. To perform deeds of loving kindness. Paul, in your line of work, it sometimes may have been difficult and people may not always have defined what you have had to do in the service of this country. But one thing I know and assured, knowing you and having the privilege to get to know you closely as well, is the depth of the morality of the way that you live your life. And that in every turn you would do so, attempting to perform deeds of loving kindness. Making peace between enemies. Well, that goes without being said, really. You've tried to do that within your professional work, but also I've always appreciated in my time of knowing you the way that you have always just quietly given me a nudge when someone might need a little bit of assistance, but also when you have reached out to other people in need. And finally, the Rabbi said the study of Torah leads to them all because through doing that, you provoke yourself to have thoughts which you may not otherwise have done. And you are one of my most diligent of students. So on this special occasion, as I hand you the Torah scroll, we ask God to bless you, to bless those who accompany you in life, your family and your friends at home as well who have supported you to this moment in time. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. May God look kindly upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. And may God reach out to you in tenderness and forever bring you peace. Amen. Amen. And Mazel Tov. Do you want to put the scroll back into the arms? Okay. You want to close up the arm? And for those who, I don't know how much people online will have caught of everything we've done so far, but it doesn't really matter. I'm hopeful that you're now joining us and enjoying this Shabbat as we invite Paul to light the candles. You might need to go around there, I suggest.
take this much.
It's because it means something.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Amen. Paul, do you want to take that down with you as well? Thank you. Please be seated. On page 10. Mizmor shir leyom haShabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai. Mizmor shir leyom haShabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai. Uzamer l'shimcha elyon, uzamer l'shimcha elyon, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. Would you please rise?
Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Please be seated.
Come, let us bless the intelligence and order that fill all of nature. The laws by which evening twilight falls, the wisdom we perceive in the motions of the heavens, the understanding we can grasp of the way times vary and seasons change, and stars and planets wheel by nature in their courses in the sky. Night unfailingly follows day, light fades into darkness, and darkness yields to light. Day passes and night falls, as our bodies and minds distinguish between day and night, while the hosts of heaven shine in splendor. We bless the glory of nature, which brings on the evening.
Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amecha ahavata, Amcha ahavata. Torah u'mitzvot, u'kimu mishpatim, otanu limadeta, otanu limadeta. Hakein Adonai Eloheinu b'shofteinu, U'neinu nasiach b'chukecha, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו לאורך ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה, נגע יומם ולילה. חבטך אל תעשו ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל, אוהב עמו ישראל. Please Please rise. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Va'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol ma'odecha. V'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha. V'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam. V'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha v'aderech u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam le'od al yadecha. V'hayu letotafot bein einecha וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Please be seated.
All this we hold to be true and sure. You alone, Eternal One, are our God, and we are Israel, your people. You have freed us from oppressors and delivered us from tyrants. You led us out of Egypt forever to serve you in freedom. When we witnessed your power, we praised your name and gave thanks. Willingly, we accepted your rule. Then, full of joy, we sang together.
Fada Adonai et Yaakov ugalo miyad chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim.
Grant, eternal God, that we may lie down in peace, and let us rise up to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your wise counsel, and for your name's sake be our help. Shield us from sickness and war, from famine and distress, and keep us from wrongdoing. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you are our guardian and deliverer, a gracious and merciful God. Guard our going out and our coming in, that now and always we may have life and peace.
Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu be'am תהילתך, אדוני, שפתיך, ויהי תהילתך.
אתה אדוני, אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי זרע, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לפני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה.
את גיבורה לעולם שדי, מחיה מתים את רבה להושיע. משיבה הרוח ומורידה הגשם, מזריחה השמש ומורידה הטל. מכלכלת חיים בחסד, מחיה מתים ברחמים רבים. סומכת נופלים ורופאת חולים, ומתירה אסורים, ומקיימת אמונתה לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעלת גבורות, ומי דומה לך, גבורה ממיתה ומחיה ומצמיחה ישועה. ונאמנה את לחיות מתים, ברוכה את שדי, מחיה המתים.
קדוש אתה ונורא שמך, ואין לנו אלוה מבלעדיך. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדורותם ברית עולם, ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. Together, our God and God of our ancestors, may our rest on this day be pleasing in your sight. In your gracious love, Eternal One, let the holiness of your Sabbath enter our hearts, and may all Israel who hallow your name be exalted by its peace. We praise you, Eternal One, for the holiness of the Sabbath.
רצה אדוני אלוהינו בעמך ישראל, ותפילתם באהבה תקבל, ותהי לרצון תמיד עבודת ישראל עמך. ברוך אתה אדוני, שעותך לבדך, ביראה נעבוד.
מודים אנחנו לך,
שאתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו לעולם ועד. צור חיינו, מגן אישנו, אתה הוא לדור ודור. נודה לך ונספר תהילתך, על חיינו המסורים בידיך, ועל נשמותינו הפקודות לך, ועל ניסיך שבכל יום עמנו, ועל נפלותיך וטובותיך, שבכל עת ערב ובוקר וצהריים. ברוך אתה אדוני, הטוב שמך, ולך נאה להודות.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim le'olam. Ki ata hu melech hador, lechol hashalom. Ki Baruch atah Adonai. Or
Say, Hashalom.
And thank you to everybody who's provided us with some Shabbat peace this evening as well. And I know from many of our congregation that we have lots of people who are ailing at the moment. A lot of parents and children at the end of term. I always think it should be at least a week less in terms of timing, in terms of a school year. It seems always this way. So if you're with us tonight, I hope we've provided just a little bit of Shabbat peace for you. And for all of us, a little bit of peace, even if John and David have had to work very hard to make sure that hopefully this service has got to as many people as possible. These are the Devarim, the words, which Moses spoke unto all Israel. So begins the final book of this year's Torah cycle. We begin the Torah with words. God speaking all creation into existence. And God said, "Let there be," and there was. But it is human words that conclude the Torah, the words of Moses. Moses uses Devarim, words, at the outset of Devarim, the book of Deuteronomy, going by the same name. He uses those Devarim, those words, to frame Israelite history, to be a catalyst to a successful conquest and settlement of the Promised Land. His repetitive, simple message of faithfulness to God and exhortations to maintain the covenants cut with the Israelites will break into eloquent poetry as the book and his lives conclude. This is, of course, a wonderful, some may say irony, whilst others a delight. Out of whose mouth springs such fluent rhetoric? In the words of the educator and writing coach, award-winning essayist and journalist Alden Solovey, Moses' valedictory addresses of Deuteronomy come from the man who initially demurs from God's calling. In his first encounter with God at the burning bush, Moses says, "I am not a man of words," not a man of Devarim, which in the end becomes the name of his book of words. By the end of his life, this man with no words becomes the great orator of Israel. And yet the words that we truly want to hear in our own lives are those that, in the expression of Tom Heron, does the word strike like an arrow, piercing the eye of meaning. And antique drums, new braced, roll out the proclamation, "Thus saith the Lord." Yet we hear the words from a human mouth. How we yearn to hear the still small voice, audibly imperceptible, yet a caress, intuited in the well of our being, aware for an awesome moment, but echoing as ripples on the water, as waves riding the ocean tides. With these thoughts in mind, I reached out to the aforementioned Alden Solovey, who, thanks to Rabbi Leah, I and we have been privileged, delighted and honored to have in our lives. The work of Alden offers a fresh Jewish voice, challenging the boundaries between poetry, meditation, personal growth, storytelling, and prayer. Expressing my thought and emotion that I have just shared with you, I asked Alden if he might offer us a poem, a prayer, a piece of himself. I was utterly bowled over that he has given us the privilege to hear this, to be published piece of poetry and thought.
Which is called No Words. Today I have no words for you, God. None. Yesterday, the day before, and the day before that, I had words, so many words, thousands of words to share with you. Perhaps tomorrow there will be more. Today I have no words for you, God. None. Be with me in my breathing, in the quiet that fills the space between us. Be with me. Give me the words I need to hear. Give me the words I need to say. Today I have no words for you, God. Do you have words for me?
Amen. Thank you. Let us now turn to our concluding prayers. We use words, but equally, if you wish just to be in silence as well, please feel free to do so. So standing or sitting, whichever you prefer. Aleinu l'shabach la'adon hakol, la'tet gdula liotzer bereshit, asher sam chelkeinu li'ached et shemo, v'goralenu lahamlich malchuto. On this day, let us dedicate ourselves anew to the task that our ancestors tried in all their higher moments to fulfill, to bring nearer a time when all your children will understand that they are brothers and sisters, so that one in spirit and fellowship, they may be forever united before you. Then shall your sovereignty be established on earth, and the word of your prophet shall be fulfilled. Adonai melech Adonai malach Adonai imloch leolam Shabbat, we remember those who died in recent days. Janet Fink, the mother of Stanley, Howard and David, mother-in-law of Barbara and grandmother of Alex, Gabriella and Jordan. And we remember those who died at this time of the year in years gone by. Goldie and Sydney Weinrabe, the parents of Eric. Bernard Soloway, the father of Val. Peter Simpson, the brother of Marguerite Price. Selwyn Derek Pachter, the husband of Mavis and father of Talia. Vera Nador, friend and remembered by Mimi Königsberg and many others in the community as well. Michael Collins, the father of Linda Steen. Daphne Rosalie Lyons, the mother of Sandy Nash, Rosalind Nolan and Ian. Fritz Gerhard Weg, the father of Walter. And Martin Simonis, the brother of Hazel Can. Zecher Tzadikim Livracha. May all that was dear and good in their lives endure always as a blessing and as an influence for good. As we say together. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. Bi'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agalau v'zman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mavarach le'olam ulamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'al v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithada v'yithaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudesha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechemata. Da'miran ba'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shalom Rabbah min Shemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'imru. Amen. Osei shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'al kol b'nei Adam. V'imru. Amen. Please be seated. In a few moments, we conclude with simple words, Mayafer Hayom Shabbat Shalom, which, if not in front of you, hopefully you'll be able to pick up relatively quickly. Thank you to Karen and Joe and Mum for beautifying our service with singing for us and to create a sense of peace out of a little bit of chaos from the start. But it was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. And to John and David for making sure that we reached as many people as possible. Even though I feel a bit discombobulated, it's so funny how you get used to a sense of connection with people just by seeing people's words come up in front of you and not having them. Suddenly it's like, whoa, that's different. And it is the same. But I hope that you've enjoyed this service and the presence of everybody here in the congregation as well. This coming week we have our conclusion of a Hebrew reading cycle, as well as beginning the end of the Torah readings. We have the end of this cycle. This is probably the fastest I've ever gone. So I've got about 14 people who have stuck with me and got all the way through the Aleph Bet and are reading pretty well and hopefully going to join our Torah reading classes now on Tuesday evenings. If you wish to start again, I'll be starting back up in September, so please do let me know if you'd like to learn to read Hebrew or even just wish to refresh as well. One other thing for everybody is that our annual outing, summer outing, is coming up in a few weeks' time. We're going to the Chiltern Open Air Museum, and Jackie hopefully is going to be welcoming us there. And we're really looking forward to the opportunity. It's incredibly accessible site. It really is an amazing place, and I'm looking forward to going as well. It'll be my first time. So please do let us know if you'd like to come along on our summer outing. It'll be a fantastic opportunity just to be together, to enjoy some good food, company, and magnificent weather, because the weather will be fantastic on that day. Oh, and the goat's looking forward to meeting me. Chevrolet. Okay, that's fantastic. We're really looking forward to that as well. Having been away for a couple of weeks, is there anything else I've forgotten? No. So let's just celebrate together, welcoming Paul into the community formally. For some of us getting through the service, but also the joy as well, and just coming together in community. Maya Shabbat Shalom, Maya Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Maya Behayo, Shabbat Shalom, Maya Behayo, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. And from Mark and me and everybody in the sanctuary, Shabbat Shalom. We're going to be celebrating Kiddush in here, and hopefully Alex and Serena are going to bring the Kiddush in. Please come to the front and we can all enjoy Kiddush together. If you're online and would like to join our Kiddush Zoom room, please do. If you are online, that'd be fantastic to join our Kiddush Zoom room. Maybe we'll see you popping up on our screen any second now.